inside the billionaire lifestyle of Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg, previously known as one of the youngest billionaires, is now 38 years old. Feel old yet? And throughout that time, his wealth and life has seen ups and downs. It is still no doubt that he has been creating new things every now and then, and is enjoying a lavish life with his wealth. But how exactly is the lifestyle of a billionaire like Mark Zuckerberg? Well, let's find out. Before we start, welcome to 1%. Here we will give you only facts, and right now, we'll look at the billionaire lifestyle of Mark Zuckerberg. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be updated on our upcoming videos. An overview. Unless you have been living under a rock, you have definitely heard his name. Mark Zuckerberg is the CEO of Instagram, Meta, formerly Facebook, and WhatsApp. And although he has been criticized for the way he spends his money, he doesn't seem to care, as he owns swaths of land in Hawaii, lives in California with his family, and has some of the most luxurious vehicles, and of course, a humble Honda. Mark Zuckerberg was born on 14th May 1984 and is the 15th richest person in the world, with a net worth of a staggering $72.5 billion. Now, unless he suffered from a major loss again, by the time this is uploaded, he should still be up there. Many people follow his socials, and although he isn't one to boast about his wealth, we can see that his fortune doesn't reflect in his lifestyle. Real estate properties. First off, let's talk about his properties. He owns $186 million worth of land in Hawaii. Despite the criticism he received in 2014 for purchasing 286 hectares of land in Kauai, Hawaii, he ignored it all and bought 245 hectares more in 2021 on Kauai's North Shore. It included a public beach, a working cattle ranch, and a luxurious estate that has been nicknamed Kolau Ranch. Apparently, he needed even more land and bought 45 hectares of agricultural land for $17 million. The collected worth of these properties is mind-blowingly $185 million. It makes one wonder whether he has something going on there. Maybe he has his own Squid Games. Sign me up for that. Jokes aside, Ben LaBolt, the Chan Zuckerberg office spokesperson, spoke on the matter and defended Mark's seeming addiction of purchasing land in Hawaii by saying, Mark and Priscilla continue to make their home at Kolau Ranch. The couple had worked closely with a number of community partners to operate a working ranch, promote conservation, produce sustainable agriculture, and protect wildlife, and look forward to expanding their efforts to include this additional property. He owns $116 million worth of mansion in California, plural. What would you do to show your wealth? Buy a mansion? Mark says that's child's play, and goes on to purchase a luxurious home in California for $7 million, where he currently lives with his family. This 5-bedroom mansion has a saltwater pool, a large garden, an entertainment pavilion, a fireplace, a spa, and a freaking robot butler, voiced by Morgan Freeman, by the way. This mansion has everything you can ask for. The renovations and extra expenses alone took $50 million. If you think that's all, he went on to purchase 4 nearby homes, which are used as guest houses and recreational facilities. And did we forget to mention, the robot butler with Morgan Freeman's voice adjusts the room temperature and makes you toast. What can you expect from a tech billionaire? He also bought a $59 million estate on Lake Tahoe, further expanding his list of properties. The Lake Tahoe compound has 15 beds and an area of over 17,000 square feet. It includes the following 2 luxurious properties. His 8-bedroom carousel estate was built in the early 1930s, so you know how much money that fetches. It has a lakefront of 200 feet, a rare marina-style pier, and is designed to support a large yacht, and also has a 2-car garage and of course a guest house. We are only beginning, as he also has a 6-bedroom brushwood estate that was built in the 1960s. It has a lakefront same as the other one, and a private pier, patios, a garage, and a guest house. These properties, or more like his holiday homes, are built on nearly 4 hectares of land. Security and private jets. He spends $27 million on security and private jets. That is expected as he's one of the richest and on the front lines of the tech world. And as such, his security must also be powerful and fast enough to support him everywhere, anytime. It was calculated that a total of $15 million was spent in 2021 to protect Mark Zuckerberg during his travels and even at home. Not to mention, this number does not include the $10 million pre-tax allowance given for him and his family's security. His private aircrafts also cost him over $1.6 million. Even for some of the richest people in the world, these numbers are high. Luxurious vehicles. As every rich man, Mark also shows some level of interest in luxurious cars. I mean, you gotta find ways to spend all that money somehow, right? Mark bought a Pagani Huayra supercar for $14 million in 2014. Surprisingly, he's mostly seen riding humble cars like the Acura TSX and the Honda Fit. It wouldn't be a surprise if he casually ends up spending millions more on other supercars. He's the guy that official Royal Honda quoted as, "Mark Zuckerberg could buy any vehicle on this planet." His Pagani Huayra is an exclusive two-seater with butterfly-style doors. Its performance is on par with the likes of Ferraris and Lamborghinis. For all the car enthusiasts, it has an exclusive twin-turbo engine V12 and offers 800 horsepower at 5,900 revolutions per minute. With a torque of 1,050 Nm from 2,000 to 5,600 revolutions per minute. He owns the supercar, yet he still drives cars valued at under $30,000. He's also spotted driving a black Volkswagen Golf GTI, which he bought well after becoming wealthy. And it doesn't cost more than $30,000 US. Meta. If you think his salary from Meta helps him with his expenses, you would be so wrong. Because surprisingly, his take-home salary is only $1. He owns a 13% stake in the company, and while we are mentioning all his expenses, it took a lot of digging up, as Mark Zuckerberg is not one of the boastful people who flex their money. In fact, he likes to keep things low-key and wear simple casual clothes. Although they are quite expensive casual clothes, they are still way cheaper than those flashy expensive suits. He did suffer some loss. His fortune may have seen huge rises, it has also seen some big and we mean big plunges. In just one day, he lost billions of dollars, resulting from his company's stocks going downhill. During the time frame, he actually lost around 50% of his wealth from various losses, but he seems to be doing better now. Granted, some of the loss also contains his investments in the metaverse, which according to him will bring a revolutionary change in the field. It is expected that they will see a drop time and time again, as the metaverse technology requires vast investments and research. It is a big bet, but if done as planned, it can turn into something quite significant. Mark has dealt with many of these problems and is still facing some, as the influence of Facebook is now following Meta, and people are fast at criticizing any unusual progress. Despite that, we might see this genius become rich in a matter of years someday, just like Elon Musk, the richest person alive. Charity work. He may be one of the richest people, but his recognition mostly comes from his charity work, one of which is his joint vow to donate the majority of his wealth, which he made alongside Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and 200 other millionaires and billionaires. He plans on selling 99% of his Facebook shares during his lifetime. Perhaps his investments in properties are his way of leaving a legacy or some investments for his kids. The Chan-Zuckerberg initiative he founded with his wife Priscilla Chan in 2015 has also done major strides on personal learning, curing diseases, and connecting and building strong communities. The initiative has awarded over $3 billion in grants over the course of 3 years. It has also invested in improving global and local issues. One example is from 2020, when the organization used $4.2 million for a jobs program for residents in Kauai and further committed $1 million to the war against coronavirus. We aren't even talking about the money they have spent on criminal justice reform and making housing affordable. Zuckerberg and his philanthropist wife have dropped billions of dollars into research for the better of humankind. One of the products of their hard work is BioHub, a non-profit that was launched to research cures for diseases and genomics and implantable devices. For a man of technology, Mark Zuckerberg sure has used his resources in all sorts of ways. From being a charitable man to owning many mansions for his family, the man has done it all. Since he is still 38 years old, he will surely show much more in the coming years or decades, especially through his work on the metaverse. End remarks. If you are interested in the lifestyle of billionaires, don't forget to check our previous video on the wealth of Jeff Bezos. In the meantime, leave us a like and click that notification bell. Let us know what you learned from this video in the comment section below.